Hello, everybody. For anyone that might tune in, my name is Chris Wood, and I am a 5-year revenge retaliation, full physical identity, stolen identity theft victim of 5 years with 100% proof of very seriously dangerous Lennox and Addington, Ontario provincial police, very serious criminal doctors, and their co-offenders who are human traffickers, sex slave traffickers, stalkers, drug addicts, drug traffickers, and guilty of stalking and murder, attempted murder on me, the homicide of my mother, December 20th, 2020. Police who are criminally involved in human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking, false arrest, stalking, murders, and having it covered up, identity thefts with wanted inmate harbored sex offenders. Ex-chief or commander, year 2019. He drove a white Jeep Wrangler before he left Napanee. He is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. He had me shot on the corner of Bridge and Center Street. Staff Sergeants, years 2019, 2021. Shannon Cork, Dave Weiss, Robert Lucas, Constable Ward. Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS. Shelley Hafner or Huffner. Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, who were criminally negligent involved in co-committing and covering up OPP crimes and their accomplices and for themselves with criminal intent. Name and file falsifier, girlfriend to Stacy, Dr. Margie V, real name, Dr. Tatiana V, Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic. Falsified my medical file for discrimination and medical blacklisting, assuring all crimes against me. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor, ex-CEO Wayne Coveyduck, and patient relations. False charge, having me falsely charged to prevent anything legal on them in an attempt to buy time, in an attempt to try to discredit me and get away with what they've gotten away with for 5 years. Discrimination, treatment refusals with criminal negligence and intent. Because of the falsified file against me through Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic, their accomplices who are guilty of murder and attempted murder, my identity theft with 100% proof, but have OPP immunity and are above the law, and now are officially guilty of ending an entire bloodline by doing this to me. They're guilty of stalking and killing my mother. Bill Wooldridge, a guy known as Bill Wooldridge, he has many alias names, approximately 70 years old, bald, glasses, sometimes a goatee. He used to stalk children for ex-OPP chief or commander for sex slavery trafficking at Tim Hortons. He is guilty of criminally stalking my mother, and he is guilty of causing her death, killing her December 20th, 2020, almost exactly 4 years to the day. And he is still walking free because he did it for OPP Spencer Mills and Stacy. He is highly psychotic, highly delusional. He thinks that he and I were switched at birth. He thinks that he is my dad. He was stalking my mother and he was calling my mother mom. Blair Frederick Hardy, he is the boss and president, whatever, to Hardy Boys Gang. He is a meth trafficker. He is a sex slave trafficker. He is an obsessed homosexual. He is guilty of welfare, disability, insurance frauds. He's guilty of multiple homicides. He and the one known as Bill Wooldridge or Robert Cross, whatever his name is, the one with many alias names. As a matter of fact, one of his alias names is Bill Wooldridge, Bill Coolidge, Bill Delarosable, Stephen Mavis, which is the name of an inmate escapee walk away. He also has James Bubbles and Robert Cross are his alias names. And then there's Blair Hardy. These two are the ones that run and own OPP. They're the Hardy Boys gang. There is Bert the Hitman Hustler. He is a alleged NHL hockey player for the Philadelphia Flyers and Hartford Whalers. He is Robert Lucas, ex-OPP or OPP sex slave. He is a meth trafficker. He is guilty of torture crimes on me, being involved with my identity theft. He is guilty of attempted murder. Robert Berry, he is a sex slave trafficker. He is guilty of torture crimes. He is a truck driver and a possible serial killer. His boyfriend, Robert, who is guilty of torture crimes on me, being involved with my identity theft with proof, guilty of attempted murder. He is also allegedly an AIDS victim, and he is committing sex assaults and spreading his disease. Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstyne, he is guilty of identity theft with the intent to commit identity, disability, and insurance fraud. He is a well-known crackhead. He sells laced fentanyl between Napanee and Kingston, causing overdose murders and getting away with it. He's guilty of attempted murder on me. Tyler Teabag Lake, he is guilty of criminally torturing my dog in March of 2023 and killing him. He is guilty of torture crimes on me. He is guilty of brain injuring me and attempted murder. Raymond LeBlanc, he is a child groomer. He is a meth trafficker. He is a criminal stalker. He is guilty of torture crimes on me and attempted murder. He lives pretty well close. He pretty well lives right across the road from Tim Hortons in Napanee. There is Harry Hartwick. He is guilty. He is a child groomer. He is approximately 83 years old, 83 to 85 years old. He is a child groomer, a child abuser. He is guilty of very serious crimes against me, including being involved with my identity theft and attempted murder. He is also guilty of very serious crimes on me as a child in Winnipeg, Manitoba. He is my cousin, along with his nephew, Dale Hartwick, who is guilty of my identity theft with the intent to, he's guilty of brain injury me, torture crimes, body mutilations, and my identity theft with the intent to commit homicide for drop charges for a stabbing he committed against his wife or ex-wife's boyfriend. And Dale's boyfriend, wife, husband, whatever, Anthony Tony Axel Rose Hearns. He also goes by Tony Montana, the bad guy, mimicking Scarface. He is guilty of torture crimes on me. He is highly delusional. He thinks that I am a wolf, the crazy son of a bitch. He's guilty of attempted paralyzing me. He is guilty of body mutilations on me. He's guilty of attempted sex assault and attempted murder with intent to commit. These are all OPP, drug-fed, money-paid pieces of shit. They all have immunity. They are all sex offenders, pedophiles, sex slave traffickers, drug addicts, drug traffickers with and for Robert Kane, 7224, Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police Drug Cop. I spoke OPP crimes and I became a victim of 5 years medical rights, legal rights, human rights taken. Very seriously dangerous cops, once again, who are above the law and who are guilty of murders and attempted murders. When people disappear, it is through the police. Families are murdered and missing. It is the police, and it is criminal doctors. It is ex-inmates, psych ward patient, drug addict, sex offending pieces of shit pedophiles who are committing sex slavery, trafficking, tortures, and murders that are being covered up. This is very fucking serious, and it is 100% truth. I have shown, I have proven the very serious crimes against me. I have proven the very serious identity changes that I have been through, the very serious skull deforming that I have been through while being medically blacklisted and not able to get any help. OPP and Dr. Tatiana Vakadinovic, they've assured this crime against me, knowing that I cannot get any fucking medical help to travel to Quebec, Manitoba, or down east to get it done. It would do no good anyway. The damages are fucking done. Especially this side of my face. I have absolutely no fucking feeling in my head or my face whatsoever anymore. I get a tube, that tube in my thumbnail that comes up through my throat. It's from my chest. It comes up through my throat and it bulges out, obviously, as it's seen, and it goes up to the back of my neck. I've not had any surgeries, and that sure the hell is not normal. That happened to me after I was shot in August of 2019. Compliments of ex-OPP chief or commander before he left Napanee. And that's probably was his way of getting out of, in hopes of deniability for his involvement of what he'd done before he fucking left. I have pictures and proof where I look like all of these different OPP fall down little pieces of shit who were untouchable. I am getting air pumped through my fucking head constantly 24/7, which is how my face is being all fucking expanded. My skull. When I eat, my food goes to the right side of my body, not my stomach. And right now, as I'm doing this, I'm getting serious pain and feels like air being pumped through my chest on my right side. I had a possible stroke yesterday. I could not, I was having problems moving. I was having problems walking. I was having problems thinking. I was having balance problems. And the left side of my body was pretty much completely and totally numb on me. No matter what is done to me, there is fuck all that I can do about it, medically, legally, or any other way. Damages are done. As I said, when people disappear, it is Ontario Provincial Police. It is their low-life pieces of shit that they cannot and will not touch, no matter what you can prove. You will be blamed for the crimes that they are committing against you. And I can and have proven it. Murder is legal in Napanee, Ontario. Ending bloodlines is completely legal. Torture crimes, sex slavery, and full physical identity thefts is totally legal when it's done through the police in Napanee through OPP. They are above the law. They have no laws, and so do the doctors, along with their pieces of shit. Life means nothing to Ontario Provincial Police. Life means nothing to Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors, certain ones. And life means nothing to their low-life fucking crack-fed, meth-fed pieces of shit. They have proven all it takes to commit murder in Napanee. This is a revenge retaliation crime against me for me speaking of their human trafficking and their homeless exploitation in Napanee, and possible money laundering from the Morning Star mission through a thing called Coldest Night of the Year. Threats, intimidation, stalking, kidnapping. This is how OPP frame victims. This is why I was falsely arrested, for them to get my pictures, prints, and signatures and everything else they needed for this to fuck me eventually, and they will. And it will be covered up. And I say that without any kind of paranoia. or anything else, it will be covered up because it's for OPP, it's in Napanee, and they've proven they can get it done in that town, the most corrupt, dangerous fucking town in the province of Ontario, possibly Canada, for a small town, because it's so close to the 401 for human trafficking, for sex slavery trafficking, and disposing of bodies through these bastards. Easy access to the 401, to Kingston, to Ottawa, to the US, and every other place through this part of Ontario. Perfect spot for Spencer Mills and the rest of their bastards. I am going to get off here. Hit that like, share, subscribe, and I hope this gets seen because it's very serious and lives are being lost. So are identities and bloodlines through these bastards, compliments of OPP and criminal doctors. And once again, your life means nothing, and I can and have proven it to these lowlives. You speak OPP crimes, Spencer Mills shows up at your door, expect people to start disappearing. And I had no association with any of these people prior to 2019 and me being shot and the crimes against me beginning. Be safe, everybody.